there is an announcement to make. Please turn off your videos and keep your microphones in mute mode. Otherwise, there are some technical errors that we face while processing. So please keep your microphones in mute and videos off. Thank you. So welcome everyone to the International Webinar 2020 presented by Center for Computer Learning and Development, CSCLE Bhubaneswar. You need to attend the webinar till the end. That is, you cannot leave the webinar in between, and if you're not present at the end of the webinar, we cannot process your certificate request. Secondly, only the registered participants will be eligible to get the certificates. So please, everyone who have not registered themselves yet, please go and register yourself. The link will be available in the chat box. So please move to the chat box and register yourself in order to avail the certificates. With this, I would like to request Mr. Bhupesh Deka, the Director of CSCLD Bhubaneswar, to take this forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhruva. A very good afternoon to all of you. On the behalf of the Center for Advanced Computer Learning and Development, welcome to this auspicious event. Okay. I will drive in a couple of minutes regarding the center, what actually CSFD does. So Dhruva, can you please move into the next slide? So CSLD, the entire idea started in the year 2015. Okay, and basically, the total idea was to create a pool of talent, which actually with this kind of skills and expertise which the industry looking for. If you see from the time IT has been prospering in India itself, you see there is all a gap between the demand and supply, and we can see what are the requested skill set that is required by the industry. It is happening up. So a lot of initiative have started by various companies and all down the line and all, and looking into this particular perspective. Okay, CSLD started with the idea so that we can create a pool of talents which mapping into the skills and expertise which the industry is looking for. So and we from the year 2000 December, and by the time of COVID, we actually have been rigorously believing in that, and we are very successful in a lot of courses, intensives and all, which I will be discussing with you. Okay. And very much what you say, happy to announce that we really have moved into some kind of international level also. Okay, so Dhruva, please next slide. So the message from the founders, Mr. Sitranas Biswas, he is also dynamic person I ever met, because he is one very he believes in patience. He believes in imparting, not creating a benchmark so that we can create a pool and all. I'm reading what he's saying. He believes in imparting a world-class education for students. So we have a team of promising, enthusiastic, and dynamic young people who are coming to give their best. And on the behalf of family, he welcomes all of us to this particular webinar. So please next slide. So having said this, today what exactly we are looking in, in the industry perspective is, it's not like, building our career itself, but it's having some kind of attributes of learnability. What I mean to say, ability to learn. And, seriously believes in that, on imparting skills of the ability to learn. And that is how we making the learning most fun, and also tuning it into such so that you can create your own kind of a roadmap through which success will be knocking at your door. Dhruva, please next slide. Right, as a brain, we started with training, okay, and then slowly moved into the internships, and then slowly we started up with the workshop. And as you can see, we have started with the webinars on an international level today, right? And also we have started our development wing also, and we are very fortunate to have a couple of clients. Recently we have develop a website for a particular client, and we has got a lot of appreciation from that client itself. Okay, next slide please. So, as a CSLD, we believe in the five stage of learning. Okay, so where we don't give so much of stress into the particular theory is something which we believe that imparting into the concept that you learn. Then we try to translate into some kind of real life scenarios. Okay, then understanding what are the pros and cons, and then implementing it, and then making you aware with the what kind of application that we is to can have with this particular technology or particular courses that you are going through. Yeah, so we are affiliated and accredited to a couple of good organization. You can see we are with the Google Cloud. We have been registered company under MSME. Okay, also from the list of startup. We are tied up with W3 schools, Microsoft, academic impact, and a lot of more. You can visit our website and you can look into it. Next slide, please. So these are some of the clients for which we have provided some solutions. Typically, we have solid on web-based solutions and mobile applications. Uh, Next slide, please. So our courses, typically we are focusing on this. So a couple of courses like web development, application, mobile application development, digital marketing, Python, and recently we are importing Python in for the students, so schools, K-12 students for the Dubai and all. So I've got a lot of other courses which you can visit our website and you can look into it. Next slide, please, Dhruva. Right. So the best part for the CSLD is that we don't have any kind of recorded sessions. So we don't. Whenever we have a training in our intensives, we are having live classes. Okay, it's completely live classes, and what we do is that whenever you have a hands-on sessions, we move in. You have some software like AnyDesk and all. If you have any problem, we directly go into your system, we walk it out. Okay, we try to make you understand all. So it's completely a life. Okay, and in this particular pandemic situation, you can understand the online learning has taken a tremendous changes and all. Okay, apart from that, we always believe in a project based approach of teaching and learning process, and where the entire learning will be done in terms of project mode, and then after that we used to put the students into some kind of live projects so that they get a both a flavor of understanding the concepts, applying as in a hands-on, and then working on a project itself, and then again going to the live project itself. Okay, next slide, please. Right, so that's what in a nutshell itself. A lot of things are there. You can visit our website and you can look into the courses, yeah, and also what you can subscribe to in our YouTube channels. Okay, you can visit our can be a follower in our Facebooks. I request Dhruva and Sai to please put that into the chat so that if anybody wants, they can look into it. And thank you for your patient listening. And I again welcome you. So I will not take much of your time. So I will request Sai to please take it forward.
Thank you, Bhupesh sir. At first, good evening, everyone. Even if good evening, Joyশ্রী madam. I am Sai Lincoln as the organizing secretary. At first, we would like to thank Joyশ্রী madam for giving this such auspicious time for us. Thank you, ma'am. Now coming to organization like our president, or you can say our co-judge, you can even say that our respected guest, she is Joyশ্রী Mohanty. She is the co-founder and president of Luminous Infos. Even if she has been awarded as the lady entrepreneur in information technology services in the state for last 18 years, we developed cliently in various domains from different geographies of India, USA, UK, Middle East, and Australia. Even if she is a management alumnus from Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, New Delhi, with having honors in diploma as in systems management and international marketing module. Even if she has built her own company, Luminous Infones, from single room by taking into consideration of 5 employee in the year of status of 2001 to its present achievement of a CMMI level 3, even if she is the e-governance award winner in the national level for providing employment to over 1,000 of people in the country. She has been inducted as a member of the task force under Odisha Startup Initiative from Government of Odisha, and She has been declared as the leading woman IT entrepreneur in the women empowerment in MSCB Odisha by Software Technology Part of India, and many more achievements are to be categorized. Now, I would like to hand over to our respected Joyce Madam for continuing further and demonstrating the full idea regarding our webinar. Ma'am, please.
Thank you so much. That was a lovely description of me. And whenever I hear about my own description, I always realize each time I hear the introduction, I feel where we started, where we moved, what was the journey, how did I come to be the person I am. So I'm sitting over here and discussing with you things about that you would like to put and think that you're going to dream of having a beautiful company or a startup, right? But here when we sit, I'm only wanting to talk to you about your dreams. So today we'll have a very, very structural presentation and of, how a startup, what is the startup culture that we are having, how does the startup moves on, what are the different type of incentive and benefits that are available to the startup, which was not there before. These are certain aspects which we'll be talking to each other. And then this presentation is a very structured presentation, so I will take close to 20 to 25 minutes to give you this presentation. And after that, I would like to interact with the audience, which I can see we've got a considerable number of people joined in. I would like to hear your questions and I would like to answer them for what I think would help you in establishing your dream or your startup wherever you want to, right? So let me now first of all start with the presentation that I have for you. Right, so I've opened my session. Is my session available to everyone? Can you all see it? Are you able to see it?
No, we can't see it.
Not yet?
Not
It
yet.
should come up because it's showing that it is already,
Yes, it's loading. It's loading.
It will take a little bit of time and then we'll be able to see it completely. So,
Yes, I can
Yeah,
see it.
we can see. We can see.
see? Great. Okay. So welcome participants to this session. This is what we're going to discuss today is opportunity and challenges in incubation, startup and entrepreneurship. My favorite quote, which I always say when I start on a presentation, is that as an individual, we are a drop and together we are an ocean. We can form an ocean, but how do we do that? What is the journey? How do we travel from one point to another and come across that? That is what we're going to just have a brief structural presentation of the thing available to us in the ecosystem. So let me just show you something here. The thing is, right now, the idea of being a startup, what exactly is this? Have you all heard? There was one very nice philosophy, connecting the dots. Now, who exactly said that? Any participant, can you answer? Who said
Steve Jobs.
Very true. So it was given by Steve Jobs. And Steve Jobs said that, he was very, very clear when he talked with us and he said that everybody needs to connect a dot. Unless you know the pathway from going to path 1, A to B, you will not be able to connect the idea to its rightful consequence. And when I may say consequence, you won't be able to interpret it as a business and you won't be able to show it to people of moving the whole thing in a proper manner. How are you going to get success, and then how would you get the opportunities with you? So at this moment, let me just take you over to the ecosystem that you're presently present in. The present ecosystem is governed by Startup India. You all remember there was a Startup India campaign that started. And this was announced by Prime Minister on 15th of August. He said that there were some very basic features that were explained, and these were to promote bank financing for startup ventures, to boost entrepreneurship and encourage startup with job creation. Now here there's a little bit of difference, because when we talk about startup, we instantly think of venture capitalist, we instantly think of angel funding. We do not think about that there is a structural bank facilities available across our nation which can fund the startups. So when Startup India came, it said, I would promote bank financing for startup ventures. to boost entrepreneurship and encourage startup with job creation. The second new thing that it came up, it said, I want to restrict the roles of states in policy domains and get rid of license Raj. If you wanted to start a company and you wanted to go in for a lot of work, there was a lot of hindrances, like you to have land permissions, foreign investment proposals, environmental clearance. See, all this kind of a thing became more simpler and nicer, and this was organized by Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion. Then the third thing that they talk about is the Startup India wanted to promote entrepreneurship among the minorities, that is the SC/ST, scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, and also the women communities. It wanted to encourage. They wanted to have more women entrepreneurs. Here, when I come up, participants, I would like to throw a question to you. Who do you think is a startup? What is a startup? I'll take at least two answers. Can somebody tell me what is a startup? What do you think is a startup today?
The person who ever having any ideas and he wants to implement it with some use of some help of some people, with a group of people who are trying to implement any new idea which is going to help to the society, then we'll tell that they are building a startup, right?
Yes, what you're talking about is the ideation stage, but here we are talking about a startup. You're talking about the ideation stage, that any person, be it from the age of 16 to the year of 60 years, anybody can have a business idea and you start to think that I can link it with people and make it like a business, right? So that is the ideation. But when we talk about startup, look at it. Anybody wants to take another try? Anybody from the audience wants to take a second try?
Hi ma'am, good evening. My name is Sarapriya.
Very nice, Sarapriya. What do you think is a startup?
Yeah, according to me, startup means in a few time, that means within 2 to 3 years, if someone is put their idea in a valid way and achieve something within a short span of time, then after we can call it as a startup.
Very nice. You said somebody has had an idea and he can actually make it into a good business proposition and can run it for 2 to 3 years. We call it a startup. Is it what you want to say?
Yeah, exactly.
So let me clarify you. Please, participants, look into me. Look at this screen. This is very important because Startup India has a very structural approach to startups. It says, what is a startup? A startup is an entity that is headquartered in India, which was opened less than 5 years ago and have an annual turnover less than rupees 25 crores. The second point that they say, the government has already launched PMMY, the Mudra Bank, a new institution set up for development and refinancing activities relating to with a refinance fund of $200 billion. The thing is, they have very clarity with the thoughts with them that the startup, the company, or the name or the entity or the business which has started this work, it should be less than 5 years ago. Cannot be more. It can be 0 to less than 5. And they should have an annual turnover which can vary, which can start even from as less as 2.5 lakhs to 25 crores. But it should be less than 25 crores. Then it is a startup. These two conditions it need to be filled up. This was the condition they had for when they called about a startup. So they may be startup which just come up and then they can do a very small turnover business. Maybe annually they can do only say 50,000. And the second year they have done around 2 lakhs. And the third one they've taken a quantum leap and they've been able to execute 20 lakhs. At this 20 lakhs, they can really think, okay, now this is the time in which we are a successful startup and we can go and approach the government and see the incentives that we can align ourselves to have a better running business. So startup entity was very clear for Startup India. You have to be less than 5 years and your annual turnover should be less than 25 crores. This is what was mentioned, right? You know how it was inaugurated. This Startup India was inaugurated on 16 January 2016 by the Finance Minister Arun Jaitley. So among the attendees, 40 top CEOs and startup founders and investors from Silicon Valley, as special guests came along. So we had Masayoshi Son, CEO of SoftBank, Kunal Ben, founder of Travis Kalanick, founder of Uber, okay, and also founder of Flipkarts and others. So you can understand all these people who had come in to make it a very big scale event in which they all wanted to see, yes, we want to develop the startup culture and ecosystem in the country like India and need to know as a startup nation. So this was the thought process which they had began. Now, if you look here, the key points which what they wanted to talk to you about and what is running currently, all the schemes, is that they would have a single window clearance with the help of a mobile application. They had 10,000 crore funds with them, which they wanted to give to startups, to incubators, to accelerators, to small component fund, to events. They had 80% reduction in patent registration fee. They wanted to have modified and more friendly bankruptcy code to ensure 90-day exit window if you're bringing in a foreign partner. So this should be very easy. And freedom from mystifying inspections for 3 years, freedom for capital gain tax for 3 years. You would be tax free for at least 3 years. So when you are having freedom from tax and profit for 3 years, you'll be in a more positive way to keep on continuing with your business and making it bigger and bigger. And then they were eliminating red tape. They had set up task force in each of the states of the country who would look into it. So you would not necessarily have to go down to government offices and there you need to work upon and get the things to done up, talk to this clerk, get this point, and these things won't be there. So talk of eliminating of red tape would be there. You will have a self-certification compliance. You can actually, such an important aspect was there. Every time a startup needs to certify itself, it has to go to certifying agency. And here they said that you can actually self-certify yourself, but yes, you have to comply to rules and regulations. And there were certain places where you need to go and get recommendation and you are self-certified. They created an innovation hub under the Atal Innovation Mission, and they said that we will start with 5 lakh schools to target 10 lakh children for the innovation program. So these were the key points which they had when they started talking about the Startup India campaign and they launched Startup India. Now, what was the impact? They thought that the impact of Startup India would be that we would create jobs, will increase exports, will increase the production with lower the price of goods and services. It will have an increasing multiplier effect as it every time it happens. Anytime we have some kind of good expansion and profitable business coming in, there would be a multiplier effect because corresponding to it, there will be a lot of consumption will go up and this will boost the GDP. See, we are an international audience. I would like, this would be my case study. See, if for each of the states, they have their own startup policy, there may be some variation, but more or less, if you find out 70% remains the same. So when we talk about Government of Odisha plan to create a conducive environment for startup, empower startup and grow through innovation and design. And they said they had a startup policy which will act as a catalyst in economic growth of Odisha. We want to build our startups, so we wanted to have a good startup ecosystem. And then they wanted to give physical and non-physical benefits in a transparent and time-bound manner. That means they would give money, monetary benefit. At the same time, they will conduct events. They will conduct, buyer-seller meet. They will have, exporters coming in, and in that they will be also giving you non-fiscal benefit in terms of getting legislation to create a startup-friendly environment. So they just like how Startup India said, they said, okay, we will reduce the rules and regulation. They don't need to run a pillar to post, but they will sit through and go do the things in a very nice manner. Also, they would implement a supporting regulatory framework and robust governance structure, which will enable hassle-free, time-bound statutory clearances and monitoring of the policy. My friend, this is very important. This fourth point with vision they had, I will show you what a wonderful, supportive, transparent regulatory framework they have built in, through which we have created so many startups in the state of Odisha. There were eligibility checks. Now I asked you what was a startup. At this time, it is not just being a startup. You could avail these facilities, right? Are you all on to me? Are you able to understand when I'm saying, you would require to have certain eligibilities in you? India is a very populated country. Now here, the eligibility checks they had was that it should be a private limited company or a LLP or a partnership firm, must be registered. Age of the entity should not be more than 5 years. turnover should not exceed 25 crores. To develop an innovative product which should add to the value of customer and should be commercial. Now, this is very important. All of you, I want to ask, can somebody spell me out innovation? Any
hi, madam.
participant? Yeah, spell me
Yes.
out innovation.
So you are asking about the spelling of innovation?
No, I'm saying what is innovation to you?
Okay. So
What do you
according
understand by innovation?
according to me, the innovation means the idea which will click into the society, which will help to the society to move the society in better way, and it helps to the people to use that product in the proper manner. So the idea which is helps the society to move in a better way, we can tell that, or else
Very
the
good, very good, very good. What you have given is a social innovation which you're talking about. But here, when
Right.
we move, when we move innovation, innovation means that a new product, a new type of process, a new product. That means if you're coming across to say, I am innovative and I am coming across as an online cafe. I'm an online cafe as a product, and I'm coming. I'm saying, hey, I'm making coffee, but I'm building it in a very innovative manner. So, what is that innovative manner? Is that I have everything ordered online, and this absolute contactless, delivery of the service. So people will take that as an innovation, right? But if I say just making up a coffee shop and a coffee shop where you can come in and have a cup of coffee, they will not take it as an innovation. So innovation, literal meaning is it is something new that you have not come across earlier. So that is what when police started doing the eligibility check, they would see that your product had something innovative which should add to the value of customers and which should be commercial in nature. Not that you have done a very good innovation, but it is not commercially viable. It has to be very commercially cheap, reasonable, and affordable to the pocket of the customers. So that is what was the eligibility check here. Now get an approval from DIPP that your company is innovative. So just that I will say that my product is innovative, they will not take it. It has to be recommended. Where it has to be recommended? It either has to be recommended by an incubator in the postgraduate Indian college that I am studying in as an MBA student. It has to be a recommended letter by incubator funded by Government of India. So even an incubator like a KIT TBI or TBI funded by Government of India, if they recommend you, you are innovative. If you are, you can be also be recommended by incubator recognized by Government of India. Parallel outside also no problem. If it is a Bangalore base, if it is Delhi base, that also we do. If you are funded by an incubation fund, angel fund, or private equity fund, accelerator or angels network already, because somebody has believed in your idea, somebody has put funds on you, that in itself mean that your innovation has some kind of vibe to be an excellent product. Then you would be definitely be eligible to come under an innovative product. And you have otherwise the best thing, you have a patent guaranteed by Indian Patent and Trademark Office to business. So these were certain things. If you could qualify, that you would be registered, your age should not be more than 7 years, your turnover should not exceed more than 25 crores, you have an innovative product which has an approval from either one of these recommendations, then you're set to say that you are a startup, right? So let us go to the next one. If you become a startup and you are a startup, then what? I am a startup. I qualify everything out of that eligibility. Now what is there for me? So they said that if you are having, then we'll give you a startup recognition. Now the startup recognition can be done online by simply filling a startup registration form and giving self-certification for following set of documents. So your incorporation certificate of the entity, your self-certification for startup definitions, your annual turnovers, and your entity should not be in extents of existing family business or formed by splitting up or reconstruction of business already in existence. So if you fulfill this condition, you would get a startup recognition. I'm not dwelling on this more because this is all available on the website. I'll be providing you the link and you can get all this information there very clearly. But you must all very nicely know that if you qualify all these conditions, you get the startup recognition. from Government of Orissa or any other state from wherever you are in, and you just have to qualify these conditions. The second part which came across was that you have to have a self-certification for proof of innovations. Now, proof of innovations is very neat. I already have mentioned you that you have to have a Startup India recognition certificate, you have to have a patent signed in, or you have to have sanction letter of funding and grant by any Government of India agency. Either or, you can have letter of funding of not less than 20% equity by any incubation fund, angel fund, private equity fund, accelerated angel network duly registered with Security and Exchange Board of India that endorses innovative nature of the business, or if an entity doesn't possess any of the following four documents, they may submit. And see the beauty of it. Even if you do not have ABCD, you could still submit a one-page write-up and note explaining innovative nature of your product. So the applicant entity is encouraged to share a business plan along with the note on innovation. Such is the beauty of the scheme, how they are doing it, and how they want to get recognition for the startup. Now, the startup entity have to submit its application in the startup registration form. And then what would happen? The process was very simple. The nodal agency, on satisfaction, will certify the registration proposal online within 2 weeks, that is 15 days, and then they will forward it to the startup secretariat. Now, startup secretariat is an entity which is formed by all the state governments. So here, what they would do, they would immediately call the nodal institute to schedule a call or meeting with the startup entity. If they see that the application is not complete or something, and then the startup secretariat would collate all such certified application and present them with his recommendation to the task force for consideration and final approval. And then results will be published online and also emailed to the concerned startup entity. So very nice, neat online process, just like how you would go and apply for your passport. I'm an Indian citizen and I want to get an identity for myself and I want to get my passport. I go to passport.gov.in and apply the process. The same way you can actually register the data of your startup. Does anybody has any question here? Or should you do the next?
Hi, ma'am. This is Surekant. I have one question.
Yeah.
My question is that what you told that is correct. So you have an idea. So, but how to make a startup to be successful? What are the strategy you need to follow so that the startup should be successful? It should not like that after 2 to 3 years you are going to close the startup.
This question I will take after the structured presentation is over. I just showed you a process. I showed you a process through which a startup can gain a recognition, can then apply to Startup Orissa for funding, right? So this part I will explain you after my presentation is over. How do you make a successful startup which can go on and on for a period of 5 years, for a period of 10 years? So we will not dwell onto this. I will just go on to my next part of the presentation, which is very, very smart and very clear, which will make you absolutely clear on how exactly we are going to go through and complete the whole story. Just hold on. But this is clear to you, each one of you, that we have a Startup Orissa in place, which is giving us a lot of benefits. Is clear to each one? So it's that is going to come on to us if we are going to go if we are going to move ahead further, right? So now, how do we avail these? So if we look at the Startup Orissa has already have, till from May 2017 it has been active, and we have 684 recognized startup with us. We've got 12 recognized incubators with us. We have got incubatees which are 91. In this 12 incubators, we have got 91 incubatees. We have 170 women-led startups, and we have grant awarded to almost 100 plus, right? And every month this task force meeting meets, evaluates startup in the state, and then we keep on giving them ideas and keep on giving them benefits, to which they go on, move forward and submit their progress reports to Startup Orissa. Now look here, this is the Startup Orissa meeting. Now they are meeting all online because of COVID. We cannot meet offline anymore. So meeting online, and yet we are evaluating each and every proposal that comes to us. This was the 16th Startup Task Force meeting which happened last month, and which we cleared 2 crores of funding to different startups, starting from annual assistance, then marketing and product development assistance. Can you all look at it? Can you see? This is the startup New Kelp. Can you see? Are you able to view this? View the screen, participant?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. So this is New Kelp. New Kelp, they are tracking sitting postures and giving vibration as feedback when not in good posture. So they have developed a very different kind of a back electronic device which can track your posture of how you can sit and how you can stand, so that you have a better spinal cord and you have got a better sitting posture all the time, and you don't suffer from back problems. So they are the one, they got also funding that day. So this is how they are coming up with it, and they are tracking their progress in mobile application. Each of the startup has to have a technological side to them, then only they can move up forward. Now, the question that you asked, ma'am, how do we build a successful startup? You have to first of all understand that you have to build up your own self-confidence. You should be able to explain your presentation or your company in 5 minutes, in 10 minutes, in 1 hour, or in 2 hours. Whatever the time has been given to you, you should be able to explain your company completely beautifully. So that will only build your self-confidence. And it will also strengthen your character. How does it strengthen your character? Is that once you have a self-confidence and you go and present the product of your company or your startup to your potential customers, they will talk to you, and they will talk to you in a very happy sense, positive sense that yes, this can be taken up by us. And when you build up your first three customers, they will strengthen your character. They will strengthen your character in the sense you will come to understand that you are a very, you have the conviction in your product, and this conviction, this product is selling. Now measure your success. Each time you need to measure your success. It is, see, building a startup and doing business is just not one day process. It is a continuous process. That means you have to go on giving proposals, people being accepting that, selling your products, talking to each other, moving out, all these things you need to do. So you have to measure your success each time. How much? Every month what you would do, you would build up an estimate of what will be my potential expenses, what is the amount of money is required to build up my product, and how much I am selling, what is my income. So all these three measures you have to keep on evaluating each of the month. And with this, you build up an annual plan, and in the annual plan, you come up and you find out how you are growing. Are you growing in a better manner or not? And keep on evaluating. So once you start measuring your success, you will find people will try to join you in your efforts. Your team will go on increasing. You will have good people joining into your efforts because they realize here is a person who's self-confident, who has a very good character, who always measures his own success, who's well documented. So they will like to join you because you will be handling your money and your business in a systematic manner. After people join in your effort, you will see that gradually you will go on from a 5-member team to a 7-member team to a 14-member team to a 30-member team. So your team will grow in size and your expansion and your business plan will go consistent. And that is how you will become your own and nation's progress. You will contribute to the nation's progress because you will be giving employability to so many people. Now, ways to achieve. How do I achieve this? How do I achieve to be a good, successful startup? There are 4 things you need to remember is that you have to come across to a thing known as self-reliance. You have to build that self-reliance factor to you. I'm a self-reliant startup. I'm a self-reliant person. I'm a self-reliant entrepreneur. But how that can be happen? By 4 things. Number 1, you have to be truthful to yourself. How are you truthful to yourself? You're truthful to yourself when you talk to yourself. When you don't sell, you tell, I'm not able to sell this. When you don't find your product good, you also acknowledge my product is not good, needs to improvise. So you have to be very truthful to yourself. Second part is the discipline. It's not that because you're working for your own concern and your own business, you will not have the discipline. You have to have a discipline. You also have to have a 9 to 5 routine. And maybe 9 to 5 plus 2 hours routine. In the 2 hours, you will think on what exactly and how you're going to drive your team. So discipline is a must. The third thing is understanding the response that the market is giving to you. Whatever the market is giving to you, it is always giving you a story. It is always giving you a feedback. If your product is not selling, that means you really need to improvise upon it. Even Steve Jobs, if you find out, he found it a very great difficulty to sell a couple of his products before finally he discovered Apple, which was a great hit. So you have to understand that market response is the best way through which you can get self-reliance and you can become a successful entrepreneur. Fourth is understanding your result, your own results. And when I talk about understanding your result, these are only in the financial terms. Unless you are not financially stable, you can never go across doing expansion. You can never expand if you do not have money running in a proper manner. It is not moving into a correct cycle and coming back. So these four things you have to keep on understanding. You have to understand your result and you have to also report to your stakeholders. Now, when we have our summits, this Odisha Startup Summit, we started in January 2017. These are keeping on going on. You'll see these are all people who have built up their companies in the year 2000, 2002. And now they are all successful entrepreneurs sitting in big MSMEs companies and, talking about how we can be a startup, how you can be a excellent startup. And I'm very proud to say that I am maybe one of the few ladies who have made it really nice, and I'm also sitting and I'm also giving you advice here. There are a lot of hangama happening, a lot of things happening in the state right now because of this COVID situation. For the last 4-5 months, become slower. But then also there are a lot of things happening. So we had a AirSui 2.0 in which we trained close to 85 lady entrepreneurs who have now become successful startups. You can all note the names. You can see Vivavri Raj from Asian Buck. You can see, Mona Lisa for bio. She runs a very good biochemical industry. We have Supriti, who's again Supriti Mitra, who's again a very good entrepreneur. So all these entrepreneurs were trained in a proper manner. Now they are running very successful companies, each one of them. Also, we are having different entrepreneurship camps at different KIT, TPI, AJV University, MET, Science, so many places, having boot camps to, kind of where we talk about this nitty-gritty of the thing, how you can actually become a successful entrepreneur. See, for each one of us, the story is different. For each of us, the product is different. We cannot just move until and unless we are able to, know our own story and then align it with the market and then work hard about in this whole round and get ourselves profits. So all these things have been taught in the boot camps. If you come up with your own case stories, we are able to help you there. For me, I'm also part of this member task force, State Startup Task Force, Government of Odisha, which meets every month to evaluate all the different startups, and then we help you out on how you can be a good startup and get yourself incentive so that you are able to sustain yourself well. I've already talked about all these things. So you can get annual grants up to rupees 20,000, rupees 22,000 for women. You can get marketing and product development assistant up to 16 lakhs. You can have need-based assistance. So all this is possible in Startup India and Startup Odisha. Then the incubation centers. There are a lot of incubation centers that has come up. It has come with Software Technology Park of India. If you find out, they've got huge, beautiful incubation for ESDM companies. They also have, for even technological companies, there are a lot of other incubation centers which are welcoming you. So if you develop your thing, it is very simple because incubation center gives you very little, you can get a rent as less as 5,000 rupees per month. Or sometimes you don't even have to pay. You can just be part of any of these incubation centers. Now, Indian government has set up this Boost Entrepreneurship. I will not talk much of it because already we are at 6:56 p.m. But these are certain things which are already available with Startup India initiative, which if you are a startup right now in a country like India, you must know about all these things. So please note to keep this slide with you. You will be able to know, but you need to know about the Startup India initiative. You need to know the e-Bitch portal. You need to know the Mudra Bank. You need to know the Atal Mission. You need to know the royalty tax. You need to know about the startup network that is spreading across all the state. And you also have to know about the smart city and digital India opportunity which is present. So these all initiatives are here to boost the entrepreneurship and boost the entrepreneurs here. Now, if you look at the state startup ranking 2019, so see such a nice positive results they have come. I think it is pre-corona they have brought it out. Indian startup ecosystem deepens and broadens under Modi government. So we are leaders across various reform areas Institutional leaders were Karnataka, Kerala, and Orissa. Regulatory change champions were Karnataka, Kerala, Orissa, and Uttarakhand. And because Orissa has already have 684 startup already with us, and they are doing very good. And despite Corona, although Corona has slowed down some of their efforts, but they are really moving very sharply across, and they should be able to build their things more and more and become a more and more successful startups. I always speak to each one of my participants says that you should be like a bird. It never falls when the branch breaks because it is flying on the strength of the wings. So your wings has to be that strong, that fast, that you should not be able to break. Duality will always be there. Where there is life, there would be death. Where there is man, there would be woman. Every place where duality exists. So where there is success, there would be failure. Where there will be, idea or a startup, there will be competitors. Everywhere there will be a duality of proposition. But you have to keep on building strength on your own wings. So you will be able to fly on the strength of the wings, despite whatever adverse situations come, be it problems, be it regulations, be it corona, whatever, you still will be able to move ahead as a startup. We have various startup mentorship going on with CII. They are establishing mentor clinics. So I would ask, Center for Advanced Computer to, get in touch with these mentor clinics and form a collaboration to help more and more startups. Now, how to overcome the present? At this moment, let me just tell you how to overcome the present challenges. If you are a startup, because I am already a mentor to 23 startup, I know the amount of stress they have gone through for this corona thing. And they talk about that. I say, if you cannot control it, do not get stressed about it. If you cannot influence it, do not get upset by it. These are two Bible. Although this sounds philosophical, but if you think about clearly, you'll be known. If I can't control the situations, I should not get stressed about it. If I cannot influence it, I cannot change it, then I should not get upset about it. It's the first two steps through which you can be a very positive entrepreneur, and a positive entrepreneur can run a successful startup. The second part is you stop expecting, start accepting, life becomes more easier. You cannot be certain of what other people will treat you as well as you would like. You cannot be certain that the system will support you as well as you expect. You cannot be certain that lady luck will work in your favor. You cannot be certain that Mother Nature will be kind to you. You cannot be certain that life will go on as it is today. So for all the things, you will. Hello. There's a little disturbance. Hello. So when you know that you cannot be certain that life will go as it is today, then you must live for the moment. And the moment is that you are an entrepreneur who wants to run your startup in a successful manner. And that is what you should remember, and that is what should be your identity. Right? This is, for now, the clarity is power. How much clarity is there? Because there's a lot of information that is coming up everywhere across. You cannot go into that and find out so much information, what to do, where to do, what to do. So if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, the first and foremost thing would be to have a clarity of purpose. Clarity is power. This purpose will make you a long way in doing a lot of good things for your startup, right? So you can remain silent for some time, pray for some time. You can tell yourself encouraging word to achieve these goals. You can always imagine yourself doing each thing you need to do for the day and imagine what it feels like to succeed. You can do some exercise, go for a walk or jog. You should read, fill your brain with positive thoughts and ideas to improve yourself. And yes, you should write a journal, scribe, to process your thoughts and reflect on what you have achieved. So with this, you can achieve the clarity, and clarity, my dear, is the power that is going to govern the entrepreneur of tomorrow towards successful startup. So right now, I'm ready to take a couple of questions. Let us interact. Yes. So have you all been able to clearly see the structural presentation that we have for you for challenges and opportunities for startup incubators and entrepreneurship? Upesh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can we have a couple of questions from the people now?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I request, have any question you can, or just put forward, okay? You can just unmute it and you can ask, Joyshri ma'am. Otherwise, you can it in a chat also. I can see and I can put it forward to Jaisi ma'am.
Yeah, that will be lovely too. Yes.
Yeah. Please, I request, you may have a lot of questions, okay, regarding the startup. You may be feeling that tomorrow you itself may be one of the entrepreneurs. So if you have any kind of doubts, I request you can put forward. And ma'am is there, which was so vast of experience. You can see from her presentation itself. She can guide you, okay. So please, if you have any question, you can put in the chat also.
Yes. Now you can all see me better too.
Feel free to ask any questions in any language. Language barrier is not there. In any language you can ask, but feel free to ask questions. We are ready to answer you.
How many are you? Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question, ma'am.
Yeah, Harpriya, tell me.
Yeah, ma'am, my question is, suppose somebody has the idea, but that
Yes.
youngster does not have, that means a bunch of money, and that means he can put his idea in a better way, but the major problem is money. So that person can start the startup or not.
Okay. See, I just took you through the presentation of Startup Orissa, right? It is meant for that person who doesn't have money but have the idea, right? So what you have to do is to basically, any entrepreneur who thinks about to become an entrepreneur needs to put down his idea in a blueprint, in a piece of paper. This is my idea. This is how I am going to develop my product, and this is how this product will sell in the market. And this, by this first year or the second year, I should be able to get this product sold to so many people, should be able to earn this much of money. But to make this product, I would require this much of money, right? So if I require 5 lakhs of rupee to make a product, which product can sell and fetch me 15 lakhs, I am telling you, Startup Orissa will support your initiative. It will see your things, and it will give you a way of how you can become an entrepreneur, right? But the thing is, you have to take the step first. You have to register yourself with at least one of the DIP. You have to register yourself, and you have to get a recognition as a startup. Once you do that, then you can go for these 3 things. You can ask for, being a lady entrepreneur, you can ask for an annual grant, which is, a monthly assistance of rupees 20,000 per month for 3 years. So in 3 years, each month you will get 20,000 rupees, which is a good amount, because 20,000 rupees you can actually have your pocket kharcha, and you can also hire another person, and you can work upon the ideation stage of your startup.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. I get it.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, Pranjal Chaudhary, do you have any questions? Because I can see your. Okay, ma'am, I have a question. It is from Amitabh Chakraborty. He is a professor from Asansol Engineering College. His question is, how do I determine my startup costs and other expenses?
Okay. See, if you for the startup cost, it's very simple actually. See, startup has 4 or 5 different type of costs, right? Which is that if you have to know that what is your product first, what is your product, how much things you require to build this product. So you have to estimate all the cost onto your product development fund, how much you're coming. Second part you have to ask for is that the people who will be helping you to build it. So what will be your labor cost? Come across with your labor cost, right? So your product cost, your labor cost, and then your own sustainable cost. Your own sustainable cost is, if you are going to have the startup in the incubation, they are going to cost you rupees 5,000 per month. So all those costs you have to put down in a Excel sheet and find out what is the amount you are coming on to. Is it 2 lakhs? Is it 3 lakhs? Is it 4 lakhs per month? Or in the span of 6 months, how much money you will spend. That in itself will give you an idea of how much of a cost you are going to incur to build your startup. Right? Every component you have to write down and put down in an Excel sheet and make your estimate of how much money you are going to invest so that you are able to build that product. Does this answers your question?
Yeah, thanks, madam. Any other questions, please? I can see Pranjal Chaudhary. You have any question?
Yes, sir. I have one
Yeah,
question
please.
for me.
Please go ahead. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Pranjal Chaudhary. Ma'am, I have one question that to become a good entrepreneur, we all know that we have to go a lot of situations. We have to face a lot of failures. So how you have shaped your mindset in that way that you have achieved a lot and means build your confidence so much in this field? How you have shaped your mind?
Okay, so nice. It's a very nice question. A lot of people ask me, how do you keep yourself so positive and how do you get yourself so much of success? I'll tell you, it's very simple actually. You have read no, the 7 Habits of Highly Successful People?
Yes, ma'am.
There is one book, and book is 7 Habits, but it is not that. I'll tell you only about one habit which can make you a successful person. Is that in the morning, I talked about it, when in the morning you get up, you must seek silence, then you must plan. Every day, you must plan your 10 tasks, 10 tasks per day. And every night, you think about out of those 10 tasks, how many you have performed, you've been able to complete. This is the mantra of success. So if it is Corona, it is no Corona time, whatever time, if you are able to structure your 10 tasks in the morning, you're clearly able to see your 10 tasks, and you're able to evaluate yourself how well I executed in my task, you will see that you will be a successful entrepreneur. Because what happened most of the time, people plan a lot, but by the time they want to implement it, they do not have the patience, they do not have the mindset to get it completed, and that is where they fail. Sometimes they are too arrogant to even acknowledge that their particular work, their product is not good for the market. They still go on persisting on it. They fail. Sometimes they cannot manage the money well. Whatever money they are giving, if they don't have a proper budget and they don't implement it properly, they fail. So these 4 or 5 things are very key factors for any business to run. Your financials has to be perfectly well. You have to have a good convictions within yourself for your own product, that it is very good, it is beneficial to my customers, and customer feedback should be coming on to you in the same way. And third is to always keep yourself very, very positive. That will make you a very good, successful entrepreneur.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, Bhupesh sir,
Yes, sir.
it's already 7:10, so we will close the session.
Right.
Okay, so we can have a vote of thanks session by Shyamala.
Yeah. Samala, please.
Yeah, thank you, sir. A very good evening to one and all. As all the good things come to an end in life, so is the webinar. On the behalf of my organization, IT Shyamala, take this opportunity to propose a vote of thanks to those who have directly and indirectly contributed to this webinar on the topic opportunities and challenges in incubation, startup and entrepreneurship, organized by CSCLD. At the outset, I would like to thank our chief guest and resource person, Atin Jashi Mohanty. Ma'am, we are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence. Thank you very much. We are really thankful to Mr. Siddhanath Biswas, who is the founder and the director of CACLD. Thank you for the motivation. I would like to thank our director, Mr. Bhupesh Dekha, for his enthusiastic support. So, as special thanks to our organizing secretary, Sai Lincoln Mohanty, co-secretary Sunil Kumar Nunia, program coordinator Shubhajyoti Chakrabarti. Our heartfelt thanks to our students for their active participation. With this warm words, And with kind message, we move to the end of the today's session. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Shamla. That was nice.
Thank you, man, and thank you, participants. Thanks a lot for joining the session. Thank you, man. Once again, man.
Everyone.
Thank you. All my best wishes to each one of you to do great in your life. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.